Good morning everybody, how are we all going today? I'm going to end the year doing an end of year roundup on my off-grid system. I'm just starting this remote app, and you can see at the moment the house is using 2,800 watts thereabouts, and that's mainly due to my wife having the electric kettle on. You can see the time there, 9:41:25. We're at 98%. The batteries are taken next to no charge at all now, they're nearly full, and indeed the volts have almost come down to float voltages, you can see there. Yeah, well the solar just turned off on that one, so the electric kettle must have just boiled. There we go. And P1's turned off on this one. Okay, and the two midnight classics are bringing in a total of 1,800 watts, because I've got 10 kilowatts of solar on my roof thereabouts, so I am capable of bringing in a hell of a lot more. Everything's working brilliantly. I just love it. I just love it. Of course, I made some two major changes to my house this year, not my system. My system, let me turn the light on. My system's still all the same. I've still got the MPP Solar Inc inverters with the Giant Power logos on it, because at one stage Giant Power was the had the sole rights to them in Australia. They don't anymore, so, but they're a brilliant inverter. They've been running my house for many years and they just work great. Wire them right and they work, people. It all comes down to the way your system's wired, what sort of fuses you have on your DC side, what sort of circuit breakers you have on your AC side. It's all got to be compliant, and wire sizing. And you wire them right and your system runs like mine. It's a very boring system. I don't do anything to it. My batteries are in that cabinet there. While I walk over here, I've got my wife to unlock that cabinet. Ziggy, can you unlock the battery cabinet for me? Two of the changes we made inside the house, and when you have a off-grid solar, it's not just a matter of putting the solar in, okay? You have to have energy efficient appliances as much as you can. And my appliances are very energy efficient. And this year, my gaming computer broke down. It was old, it was about 11 years old. And I did update the graphics card and a few other things in it over the years. And when I was gaming, that thing used over 700 watts of power. And when that broke down, it was a kick in the bottom and a blessing at the same time, because I replaced it with a gaming laptop that uses only about 45 watts of power. So I went from over 700 watts to 45 watts. Because there's been improvements in the power consumption of RAM, CPUs, GPUs, and yeah, it's awesome. One of the other huge change I made was putting in this hot water system. As you all know, I did videos on it. Silvio did me a good deal on this hot water system, and I got it plumbed in and wired in, and we had two lines of 3 panels there, so we had six panels, 300 watt panels, running the old electric hot water system. That was with that solar thing that went up there on the roof, that went up here, that was all mounted up here. Now that worked absolutely brilliantly. This winter we had a hard winter and we had many days of cloud, and my wife just said, because let's face it, if you don't have enough sun, okay, then you can't afford to run 3,000 watt electric hot water systems, okay, off your batteries for 5 or 6 hours a day to heat your water. And my wife just basically said, I've had enough, that's got to go. So Silvio did me a good deal on one of these, and this uses around 400 watts. So all those solar panels got wired back into my system, and I ended up with a positive solar. So I put, you know, nearly 2 kilowatts of solar panels back onto my system, and I'm only bringing out 400 watts. So it added a positive effect to my overall off-grid system. So this was an absolutely huge change. I thoroughly recommend it for any system. We are still on the original gas bottle from when we 2.5 years ago, from when we put the other system in. Gas, I'm talking about LPG for the Americans, and that was a huge change. That was, I mean, we used to go through an LPG bottle every 6 months, which was $105 every 6 months. 2.5 years on, thereabouts, we're still on the same gas bottle. So that's awesome. Another change I made was that small air conditioner. No, it's not. It uses about 400 or 500 watts. It's not an energy efficient one. However, it cools my whole house, and I've even used it for heating in winter. As you all know, that air conditioner there, that old National, that's an original air conditioner out of Calabaran Hospital. They had 2 of them to cool the whole health hospital down. It is a power hungry beast, and of course in summer it doesn't matter, I can run it, but it's good not having to. Alright, my wife opened this. As you can see, the batteries are still there, the shells are still hanging in. I haven't done any fuses, since I put it all in, they've stayed perfectly balanced. It's just a totally awesome battery bank, and it works great, and I'm expecting it to work great for many years. Again, Silvio from eSolar provided those, so I mean, I paid for them, but he did the research and got those in, and they're just brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I love them. Alright, remember when I was doing the tests on the fake or real MPPT charge controllers, I had 2 people send me links saying, oh, they're fake because all MPPT charge controllers need to be have a fan in them. There's no such thing as an air-cooled MPPT charge controller. And they sent me links of these other people saying so. And you all know me, alright, I don't beat around the bush. I'll get straight to the point. Right there, okay, MPPT 150N 85 out. That is an air-cooled MPPT charge controller made by Victron. I also have another smaller Victron air-cooled in my trailer. I'll show you how that works in another video. So yeah, I'm sorry both of you fellas, but instead of relying on what other YouTubers say, just a simple Google search of air-cooled MPPT charge controllers would have saved that. I removed your comments, and the links. I don't like links on my video because basically a lot of people doing stuff on solar on YouTube do give out the wrong information. I try and give out the right information at the time. Now, I've been making videos quite a while, and I learnt you can go right back to see my early videos. I am 100% self-taught. I've learnt through experience, and that is the best way to learn. Unfortunately, not everyone can do it, but yeah, it's just, you know, I don't know everything there is to know about solar. There's new stuff coming out all the time, but I just hate it when people make a statement without doing any research, or, you know, or they've watched another clown on YouTube. Like when I do tests on, and I've got some tests coming up, I'm still waiting for one bloody meter to get here. It's caught up in traffic. When I do tests, it's very important to show, one, your solar panel. Why? All right, a lot of these people aren't off grid. They just test all sorts of crap. Now, they never show the solar panel they're testing. Now, I've got some solar panels in my shed, some amorphous ones. I've got a 1 amp one and a 1/2 amp one. And basically, if you're using stuff like that, which are only really good for trickle charging batteries, to test MPPT controllers, it will make any MPPT controller look fake. Okay, that is why when I do a test, I show all my meters, I show everything. I show the panels, the wiring, the wire size, absolutely everything. And as you can see, I'm getting ready for another series of tests. I'm just waiting on another meter to get here, and that's caught up in Christmas freight. We had 2 big shipping companies go bankrupt. I mean huge logistic companies, and basically they sacked all their drivers. The drivers were told to take their road trains to the nearest depot, leave it there and make their own way home for Christmas. They couldn't even afford to send the drivers back home for Christmas. So all those trucks have to be unloaded, every single parcel in them has to be rescanned, and then they have to be shipped with another company. So, you know, I mean, shit happens. I feel sorry for the drivers, but I have ordered another meter. I just ordered it yesterday, and hopefully it will be here before the other one, you know, or it would be good if they got here at the same time, but, you know, yeah, that's how it is. Okay, so yeah, the air-cooled MPPT charge controller, which is also a Victron in the camper, is doing great. So the whole system is performing as expected. It's very boring. The batteries are just totally awesome. They're staying perfectly balanced. They're still like brand new because I'm using bugger all power out of them. Currently I think my overnight usage is about 10%, which is leaving a lot. You know, it's only, if you're talking about state of charge and 100% full, then they're only going down to 90% overnight. If I run my air conditioner at night time, they go down to 80%, which is giving me a life expectancy, a really long life expectancy out of these batteries. Because they've all got cyclic life. Okay, every battery's got a cyclic life and a chemical life, and it's a fine balance to balance them both. All right, that's enough. I've rattled on. I've enjoyed watching other YouTube videos of how you all live all over the world. I hope you have enjoyed mine. I've taken you on our holidays, our camping trips, and showed you some beautiful Australian nature and some lovely wildlife. I'm hoping to do more of that. We are waiting for the school holidays to be over before we head back out bush again, because right now the bush has just got lots of little ferals in there and city people, and yeah, it'll be interesting to see how much rubbish they all leave behind. Oh dear. Alright, enjoy your new year, have a safe one. If you're going to drink, don't drive. Matter of fact, if you're going to drink, stay at home and drink, you know, to bring in the new year. Have your New Year's party at home. If you're going to somebody else's New Year's party, hand in your keys and come home with a taxi if you're going to drink, or stay overnight at their place. They do have a duty of care to make sure you get home safe. Alright, keep safe. Bye for now.